Hey traders, Akil Stokes here of Trade Empowered, and welcome to this week's live room weekend review. Big week in the currency market. So congrats, live room members. We did a great job. Syndicate members, I hope you're tearing up the charts that we posted in there. And I spoke to a few traders that had just massive returns coming off of Wednesday's FOMC statements and the moves that created. One trader, 31% this week. Another trader in the live room, 21%. So big week, and all you need is a few months like this to really make your year that much great. If you can have steady returns during the most months and have one or two home run months during the year where you bring in double digit returns like that, you're set as a trader. We took a lot of trades this week. I'm not going to go over all of them, but I know Swiss yen, CAD yen, Euro CAD, New Zealand dollar. Those were all big winners, target 1 and target 2s coming off of Wednesday. Thursday, we gave a little bit back. I know I personally lost on Aussie yen, Euro Aussie, and Pound New Zealand. So I don't want to make it seem like all we do is just win every trade. We do take losses, or I do take losses. But the point is, if you manage your risk reward the right way and you have a positive expectancy in your model, then those losses aren't really going to bother you. They are going to take something away from your equity curve, but we don't expect the equity curve to shoot straight up. We expect it to stair step, so straight up and then kind of retrace a little bit and come a little higher. So a big week for that, and the reason for it is, well, I don't know about the reason for it, but rather I'll say this. I was watching Bloomberg this week, and I came across something that was very interesting. It was a guy talking on there, and I apologize for forgetting his name. I'll make sure I'll put it in the written review, the written version of this review. But he talked about a wolf market. Now, I'm not the sharpest crayon in the box. I don't know a lot about economics. I'm not a big fundamental guy. But I'm pretty sure I'd never heard of a wolf market before. He was either bull or bear. And here's how the guy explained it. He said it usually happens during the summertime, but a wolf market is characterized by a tight trading range with increased volatility, high stock correlations, and quick reversals. Choppy trading makes it hard to pick stocks based on fundamental qualities, leaving shorter-term options and technical analysis. Better tools for navigating its bounces. To make money, and this is the important part, to make money, you have to be quick like a wolf, you have to trade it, you have to be fast, quick, and decisive. And that last part stood out for me, first of all, because there's a big difference between a trader and an investor. And I hate when people say, oh, so you're an investor, right? No. Well, I am an investor too, but for what I do on a daily basis, I am a trader. And there's a big difference between that, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But also, he said you have to be fast, quick, and decisive. And that's key because, well, the style of trading we teach is, we create, when I take traders through my training course, we create a trading plan for them with strict rules using an if-then thought process. So taking all emotions out of trading. If this happens, then I should do that. If A happens, then I should look for B. Back and forth. There's no gray area. It's either black or white. And what that allows us to do is catch moves and really trade the market, not have any bias. Really, I want to invest in the euro because I think the euro's strong. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. But we don't make any emotional decisions like that. We see what's on the chart. If it meets our rules, we trade it, and that's what allows us to catch back-to-back patterns and take advantage of, well, choppy choppy movement and consolidation. And we had a great example of that this week on the Aussie dollar. And there were a few other pairs that did as well. I know New Zealand dollar had back-to-back patterns. So did Euro Aussie and Euro CAD. But Aussie's the most popular of those pairs, I would say, and we had the most action on that. So here's what we're looking at for the Aussie, and put this out to the syndicate members real early in the week. But the first thing was a bigger cipher pattern, looking at X to A to B, B to C, C to D up here. And I'm not going to use the fibs just for time's sake. I pretty much know where these are at since I took most of these patterns. We had a big cipher pattern that was on the alert. Before that, also told the traders about a potential Gartley pattern. That was coming from our B leg of our cipher. So looking at X to A to B, B to C, and C to D up here. Now, I didn't catch both of these moves. I told the traders in the room, if you're able to work the risk reward out where you can catch both of them, then definitely do that. Me personally, my stop for my Gartley would have been a little higher than my cipher pattern completion, so I decided to take or wait for the bigger cipher first. But for those who caught the Gartley, well, you can see it rolled over, hitting both target ones and target twos as it came down to this level. And on its way down, look what else we did. We put in right here. There we go. Put in another cipher pattern on the way down. So you had traders enter a Gartley pattern, take target ones and target twos off, re-enter on a cipher pattern going up. Obviously, you can see the cipher pattern hit target one and target two. Came up to the bigger cipher pattern, and you can see that roll down, easily hitting target ones and target twos. And then lastly, we had one more cipher pattern. And again, we're not going to sugarcoat things and just show winners. One more cipher pattern that completed down here that ended up getting stopped out. But you can see target twos on about 1, 2, 3 trades. And going 3 out of 4, I will take that any day of the week. And again, and this happened on a number of pairs. Not as much. We didn't have 4, but back-to-back patterns happened on a number of pairs this week in the market. And we were able to catch it because of 2 things. First, we traded our plan. We followed our rules. We didn't get emotional. We didn't say, well, I already made this much money off the Gartley pattern. I'm going to wait because there's no way this cipher's going to push up. I'm just gonna give back the gains I already made. Have you heard that before? I know a few of you are shaking your heads out there. And I used to do that. But because we didn't do that, we said, hey, you know what? This is a valid cipher. I got to take it. I got to take the pattern every time. Boom, traded it back up. Oh, this came into another cipher. I know I just won 2 in a row. A loss is probably going to come, but you know what? I got to follow my rules. I got to take it. Guess what? Rolled over. Man, 3 in a row. There's no way I can win 4 in a row, right? But I got to enter. I got to enter anyway because my rules say it. What happens? Well, this one gets stopped out. Okay. That happens. We're going to take losses. But again, if this little loss is going to bother you after all this action, then you're probably not cut out to be a trader. So that was some of the stuff on the bigger term. Let's take a flashback real quick of what happened in the live room, and I'll come back a little bit at the very end just to wrap everything up for you guys. But the trade I want to highlight for today was Aussie dollar, where we actually had 2 back-to-back patterns. In blue here, you can see we had a Gartley pattern, not your perfect 222 one, but we had nice confluence between our 127 extension and 1414 inversion here at 91.94, and then later we had a cipher pattern which you see is still in progress right now. Now the example I want to make once again is if you set your risk reward up the right way, you don't have to win all the time. You can really be a 50% trader and still have pretty good success, and that's what happened with this Aussie dollar trade. The blue Gartley pattern rolled over for both target ones and target two winners. I actually had my original target twos down here at 91.44, but adjusted them because of the cipher pattern that I want to get involved in. Anyway, the total pips from target one and target two on this Aussie dollar were about 70 pips here in the live room. And right now our cipher has pushed down to the point where really the best I can look for is a break-even trade. I got to roll my fibs. My 3D2 is basically right around my entry mark. So if this thing can come up and break even, I'll be happy getting out for a scratch trade. But the point is, even if this cipher goes on a lose, we're looking at about a 25 pip loss here. Times that by 2 because you're losing a full position. So we're looking at 50 pips. So 2 trades, 1 winner, 1 potential loser, worst case scenario, and we're still up 20 pips for the pair. Thursday. What can I say about Thursday? Other than it was a great day in the live room. I actually came into the session thinking Thursday was going to be a down day. Wednesday was just a massive day in the syndicate, a massive day swing trading, where we caught a bunch of back-to-back patterns, and I know me and a handful of other traders I spoke to made an absolute killing on Wednesday. And usually after that happens, the market has a way of evening life out, karma. I'm a Libra, so I believe in balance, and throwing some losses at you as well, just to keep things, keep things in the right direction. Doesn't want you getting too cocky or too confident. But we had 2 good trades in the live room.
Thursday, and one actually I didn't even count for live room stats because I entered it beforehand. And let me delete this order first before I mess around and get filled. But it was two bat patterns here on pound yen. I'll draw both of them out. First was on the 15-minute chart, looking like this: X to A to B, B to C, C to D. You can see this thing ran down for both targets, hit about 47 pips on target 1, 81 pips on target 2, going for about a little under 130 total. And then we came right back after that completion down on the 5-minute chart. And this was a little tricky one to see, but we took an X to A to B right in here, B to C, and C to D down here. And you can see this has just recently hit target 2s as well. Now, if you've been with me for a while, there we go, then you know that I take targets differently in my day trading than I do in my swing trading. Really, on the 5-minute charts and down, I take a little riskier targets. So we actually made more money off of this smaller trade than the bigger one, because instead of taking target 1s at 3.2, I took target 1s at the 618 for about 50 something pips, and took target 2s up a little higher. I think they're around the 50-20 something level, right around these highs somewhere, for another 96 pips, making about 150 total on that one. So on one pair, within about when did I enter this? About 7 o'clock this morning, maybe between about 7 o'clock and 1 o'clock now, 2 o'clock, you know, made almost 300 pips on just two simple day trades.
So I hope you guys enjoyed what you just saw. Hope you're able to get something educational out of it, something that can, well, help your trading in the future. And if so, if you liked it, do me a favor, send me a comment. Tell me what you liked. Matter of fact, if you didn't like it, tell me what you didn't like. I'm really big into feedback. That's how I know if I'm doing a good job. How I know what can I do to improve this experience for you each week. So do me a favor and do that. Also, as always, share the link, get it out there. I'm trying to grow this thing, and I need your guys' help to do it. And if you're interested in that written review I talked about earlier, just head over to the Trading Powered website, and you can read a little bit more about what happened in our live room trading. This week I took a lot of time to talk about the syndicate, but for swing trading, that's where most of the action was. So thank you as always for joining me once again. And as always, plan your trade, trade your plan, and I'll see you guys next week.